Minecraft, created in 2006, is a game that exploded in popularity around 2010. YouTube gaming videos were getting bigger and more children were getting hooked with its endless gameplay. The whole world in the game is made up of a whole bunch of different blocks. This is a huge sandbox that emulates real-life elements of nature. Here are our reasons children of all ages should be playing Minecraft. Most of the science that can be learned in this game can be simplified into one word: synthesis. Synthesis being the idea of taking something and turning it into something else. For the sake of this video, we'll break down synthesis into 3 parts. Acquiring the items needed for synthesis will give your child an understanding of where many of our everyday appliances come from. Some of the many forms of collecting items include mining, farming, and hunting. Through mining, you learn how valuable minerals are, and what their uses are. For example, you find coal and use a pickaxe to mine it. You find coal for the first time and you have no idea what it does. After playing with it, you learn that you can use it to make torches and cook things in a furnace. Coal equals fire. Mining doesn't just consist of going underground and digging fancy rocks out of the ground, it also includes breaking any block in any way, from chopping down trees and having apples fall down to digging sand and seeing it fall because sand crumbles. You're always learning something about how nature works. By farming, you learn the basics of growing crops. Different crops have different needs and grow better in different ways. You take a hoe and till some dirt to plant some seeds. They will grow more efficiently if there's water nearby, and won't grow at all if there isn't any light. We get an understanding of the very basic necessities for growing plants. In school, we put a bean in a bag with water to see our plants grow. Children could do this in a 2-week-long experiment at school, but can get the same education and experience in less than an hour in Minecraft. Finally, we get to hunting. Hunting is an essential part of the game that shows us where our food comes from. Maybe you aren't a fan of eating meat, so this is the way you teach your child that you have to kill animals to eat meat. Maybe that isn't a problem for you. However, whether it is or not, your children will learn where stuff such as meat, leather, string, and feathers come from. No matter which of these methods you're using to collect something, you will always be learning to use the right tool for the job. The method in which you synthesize items comes into play once you've collected everything. There are various options for what you can use to create things. A few of them include the crafting table, furnace, and brewing stand. The one with the most educational value could possibly be the furnace. Most children don't realize that we mine ore from the ground and melt it to create our metals. Same idea for heating sand up to create glass. Learning that we create glass out of sand will surely blow their minds. The last step is learning what we do with the product. Is it something that we can equip? Is it something we can use to build? Can we consume it? Is it a part of something else? It's important for us to know the purpose of everything we work towards, to know the value of something based on the work we put into getting it. The entire idea of mining to get items and crafting to get new ones teaches us that and so much more. Within a week, your kids will be talking about how gunpowder can make TNT and you can use a flint and steel to make a fire. There's no denying that this game is going to push the limits of creativity. This game is literally a real-life simulation created out of Legos, but instead of continuously paying for new Legos when you lose them or don't have enough, you pay once for an infinite supply. And not just a block that sits there either. Each one of these blocks have their own function. This means when we're building, we're not working towards just aesthetics. We're looking at efficiency, living space, light, and storage as well. Building is obviously a part of the game that will force you to be creative. Whether you're building a house, castle, pixel art, or maybe even traps, your creativity and careful planning will determine how good looking and efficient your build will be. This game was created to showcase and push the limits of our creativity, and their biggest push towards this goal was putting in a creative mode. Creative mode makes you invincible, gives you access to an infinite supply of every block in the game, and lets you fly. This will let you manipulate the world however you see fit. When creating the world, you even have the super flat world option, which makes the world completely flat for you to build on. If your kids want to build and not have to worry about surviving, creative mode is always the option. But no matter which game mode you're in, you can do whatever it is you want. Explore the world, build, fight monsters, mine, farm, make potions maybe. It is completely up to the player. There are a whole bunch of life lessons that can be learned by playing Minecraft. There are thousands we could list off, but we are going to pick our top 3 and go into detail about how these come into play. The first one is just as simple as math. When you're building, you need to know how much wood you need to make your house. You have to do the math to figure out how much you need. Then, go and chop down trees, and when you turn logs into plank, you get 4 planks for every 1 log. Through playing this game, your understanding of math in the first place will grow rapidly. Next comes environmental awareness. Yes, being in a different biome does mean having different types of wood, animals, and plants. However, being aware of your surroundings isn't just to protect us from possible dangers. We use it to know our place so we don't get lost as well. By playing Minecraft, we learn to pick out important references to know where we are at all times. Everybody has different methods to find their way back home. You could build something tall so you can see it from a distance. Maybe your house is next to a hill so you know to go towards the hill when you get lost. If you're mining, you could get into the habit of placing torches only on the right wall, so when you're walking back, you can see the torches on the left and know you are on the right track. Just by playing normally, you will either lose your stuff over and over again, or you will learn to be environmentally aware so you don't get lost as easily. Our final one is time management and efficiency. Finding the most effective way to get something done quickly is one of the most valuable skills you can learn. It consists of quick and intelligent thinking so you can get more tasks done in set time. Minecraft's day-night cycle is 10 minutes long, meaning you have 10 minutes before night falls and the monsters come out. In the first 10 minutes, you need to create some sort of base for yourself. To do that, you're going to need to create tools. What materials you use to create those tools is completely up to you. Are you going to take the time to collect the stone to make better tools before building your house, or are you going to use wood ones and get the stone later? No option is incorrect depending on your situation. The idea of efficiency includes being able to adapt and assess a situation quickly to get the job done as soon as possible. We start to understand time is valuable, so we begin to think about what we do before we do it. That way, it is less work and less time wasted. Having an amazing sense of efficiency early on in life will make your kid think deeply and critically about things in the future. And that was why we think children should be playing Minecraft. In the description, I'll link a bunch of articles showing other people's opinions on children playing Minecraft. I will also be putting some kid-friendly servers I personally recommend in the description, as well as some Minecraft YouTube channels that your children may enjoy watching. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them in the comments and we will answer them as soon as we possibly can. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to click the playlist with a bunch of other games we recommend your children play. If the playlist is empty, it's because this was the first video in the series. We'll be putting more videos into the playlist soon enough. Until then, feel free to look around the channel and we hope to see you around.